Hello students, in this lecture we are going to start the nomenclature of organic compounds. Okay, up to now we have discussed many things, introductions and classifications and representation, shapes of the organic molecules. Okay, so right now we are going to start the nomenclature of organic compounds. It is very important. Okay, so before going to that, just I want to show one picture that if suppose a molecule is like this. Okay, so here in this molecule, how you will nomenclate, okay. So here first you have to find out the functional group. What is the functional group? So this OH is nothing but a functional group, and later that you have to see the parent chain. That means the carbon chain with the whatever the chain with the more number of carbons is nothing but the parent chain. And you have also find out the branches. Okay, this is the parent chain, this is nothing but a branch. Okay, how you will find out? If this is the parent chain, you assume, and these you nothing but these are the branches. Okay, so this is a long chain, hydrocarbon, it is a parent, and these are the kits, nothing but these are the branches. Okay, so here two functional groups are there, one is the OH group and one is the bromine is also there. Okay, so that we can see later, right? But first of all, while seeing before when you see a molecule, first what you have to do, you have to see that whether it is contain a functional group or not, and you have to find out a parent chain or root chain, and then again you have to see that any branches are there or not in that. Okay, okay, then now we can enter into the nomenclature of organic compounds. Again, before the IUPAC system, so the nomenclature of organic compounds based on what system? We will give the IUPAC system. Okay, what is that IUPAC? That we can discuss. So before the IUPAC system also, people synthesize the organic compounds in the laboratory, you know that. Okay, so on what basis they have given the name? Okay, so generally before going to the IUPAC, there are many organic compounds synthesized in the laboratory, and they have given the names based on their origin or some other reasons. Okay, some other names. Okay, suppose I synthesized a molecule in the laboratory, so obviously I have a right to give a name. Okay, so that I will give my place, or I'll give my name to that compound, or I'll give some other important region name. Okay, like that they use it to mention. Okay, so after that people started confusing that. Okay, what is this and what is that? So then the IUPAC came and give a clear rules, a set of rules to give a name to the organic compound. Okay, so let it. So first we should know that before the IUPAC nomenclature, the organic compounds were assigned names based on their origin or certain properties, are called as a trivial names or common names. Okay, right now still we are using that names, but those names we call it as a trivial name or common names. Okay, these are not the IUPAC nomenclature names. Okay, so what are that? The citric acid, there is acid, citric acid, it is come from the citrus fruits, so that they mentioned it as a citric acid. Similarly, formic acid, it is come from the red ants. Okay, in the Latin word, the ant is nothing but a format is there, so we call it as a formic acid. Okay, Latin ant called as a formica. The ants in the Latin word, they call it as a formica, so that we can call it as a formic acid. And one more C60 compound is there, that you call it as a Buckminster fullerene. And why we are calling that Buckminster fullerene? Don't assume that the Buckminster synthesized that. It is not like that. The structure of the C60, it is similar to the structure developed by the Buckminster. So who is the Buckminster? Is that the Buckminster is an architect who developed an architecture that is a geodesic domes. Okay, that is a geodesic domes. So C60 also have a similar kind of structure of geodesic domes. ఓకే, సో ఈ బక్మినిస్టర్ ఎవరైతే ఉన్నారో అతను ఒక ఆర్కిటెక్ట్ అనమాట, బిల్డింగ్స్ కట్టడము లేదంటే ఇంజనీరింగ్ ప్లాన్స్ ఇస్తుంటారు. సో అతను డెవలప్ చేసిన ఒక ఆర్కిటెక్చర్, అది ఏ టైప్ ఆఫ్ అంటే గాడెస్, దట్ ఈస్ ద గోడెసిక్ డామ్స్. ఓకే, సో సారీ గోడెసిక్ నై, ఇట్ ఈస్ నాట్ జియోడెసిక్ డామ్స్. ఓకే, సో మరి ఈ C60 కూడా ఏ స్ట్రక్చర్లో ఉంటుందంటే అతను ఏదైతే ఆర్కిటెక్చర్ ఇచ్చాడో ఆ స్ట్రక్చర్లోనే ఉంటుంది అన్నాడు. So that is the reason why they named it as a Buckminster full array. Okay, and some common names, trivial names, you can see the table 13.1 in your textbook. So look at here, these are the common or trivial names of the some organic compounds. It is a methane and N-butane, isobutane, neopentane, N-propyl alcohol, formaldehyde. So these are all still we are using, but these are the common names, not the IUPAC names, not the IUPAC names. Okay, so right now we can see the nomenclature based on the IUPAC. What is that IUPAC? The IUPAC is nothing but International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. Okay, so they have given a set of rules, and based on that rules only we have to mention the name to the organic compound. Okay, yes, those are the common names. And now we can see that later a systematic method of naming has been developed by the IUPAC and known as the IUPAC system of nomenclature. Okay, so this IUPAC nomenclature is a very important. It is a very important one. Okay, so in this nomenclature, first we can see the IUPAC nomenclature for the alkanes, and again first in the unbranched and next is the branched chains. Okay, and later that we can see the organic compounds having the functional groups, and then we can go to the substituted benzene compounds. Okay, so first మనం దేనికి చూస్తాం, alkanes, especially in that unbranched, branched, followed by the cyclic compounds, and then after organic compounds with the functional groups, and then with the substituted benzene compounds. Okay, so right, so here first we should know that before going to the nomenclature of the alkanes, first we should know few important words, that is substituent prefix, root word, primary prefix, primary suffix and secondary suffix. Okay, what I said, generally when you look at the molecule, already I said in this molecule there is a functional group and there is a branch and there is a parent chain, right? Okay, there is a parent chain. Okay, so that means here the parent chain, this is the parent prefix, and substituent is nothing but the branch, substituent is nothing but the branch, and next followed by the primary suffix. The primary suffix is nothing but what is that I will mention, and next one is the secondary suffix. Okay, so this secondary suffix is nothing but a functional group. It is nothing but a functional group. Okay, so like this you have to write the nomenclature. In the IUPAC nomenclature, first branches, substituent prefix will be there, branches, then followed by the parent prefix, and then followed by the primary suffix, then followed by the secondary suffix. Okay, these are all things you learned in your 10th class, but in the 10th class there are many rules. Here I am going to go with the very limited rules that you have to follow, like this: substituent prefix, this is the branch; primary parent prefix, this is related to the parent chain, and next primary suffix, next is the secondary suffix. Okay, right, so here we see that parent prefix, already I said substituent is nothing but it is a branch, it is a branch. And what is the parent prefix or root word? Parent prefix, or you can also call it as a root word. What is the root word? This root word is nothing but it depends on the number of carbons in the parent chain. It is parent prefix, it depends on the parent chain. And next one is the primary suffix. So next one is the secondary suffix. Okay, what is the primary suffix? The primary suffix is nothing but it represents to show whether the compound is with the saturation or unsaturation. Okay, మరి ఆ కాంపౌండ్ లోపల సాచురేషన్ ఉందా, అన్సాచురేషన్ ఉందా? సాచురేషన్ మీన్స్ వితౌట్ ఏ పై బాండ్, అన్సాచురేషన్ అంటే విత్ పై బాండ్. దట్ మీన్స్ ane, ene, ine. Okay, what are that? I will tell you. If suppose that carbon chain contains saturated, only saturated, that means only sigma bonds, no other pi bonds. Okay, so then you can write the primary suffix as ane, a n e. If suppose it contains an unsaturation with one double bond, then you have to write the ene, primary suffix as a ene. If suppose that unsaturated with the one triple bond, then you have to write the ine. If suppose that carbon chain with the unsaturation and with the two double bonds, then you have to write the adiene, a diene. If suppose the same hydrocarbon with the unsaturation with the two triple bonds, then you have to write it as adiene, adiene. Okay, so these are the primary suffixes. Okay, now you have a clear idea on this. Substituent is a branch, parent is nothing but a parent chain, and the root word is depends on the number of carbons. If the one carbon is how you will mention, okay, that I will tell you. And primary suffix, it is also over. Primary suffix is nothing but it represent to show the saturation or unsaturation in the carbon chain. Next one is a secondary suffix. What is the secondary suffix? The secondary suffix is nothing but it indicates the presence of a particular functional group on the carbon chain. Okay, what is the functional groups? Obviously you know that for the alcohol it is a secondary suffix, and for the aldehyde it is a al. For the ketones it is a one. For the carboxylic acid it is a oic acid. For the sulfonic compounds it is a sulfonic acid. For the amines it is a amine. For the cyanides it is a nitrile. For the esters it is a OH. For the amides it is a amide. For the acid halides it is a OL halide. These are very very important and everyone should remember and everyone should practice this. Okay, right. And while combining, one important step here, while combining, okay, while writing the name, the terminal E of the primary suffix, generally here you look at here, everywhere in the primary suffix there is a E in the termin. Okay, so this terminal E primary suffix is usually removed before attaching the secondary suffix to the primary suffix. Okay, so that means when you mix it with the primary suffix and secondary suffix, generally we will remove the last letter E, except for the NO2, okay, that means only for the nitro compounds you should not remove. For remaining all, not only the NO2, it is even for the cyanides also. For NO2 and cyanides, it is constant. Okay, so see some example here. It is a homologous series. You assume it is the alcohol, and what is the root word, what is the primary suffix, and what is the secondary suffix, and what is the IUPAC name. Okay, so first take the alcohols with the saturation. Saturation ante enti? Only sigma bonds, there is no pi bonds in this. Okay, so what is the root word? Root word is the alk. Alk means it depends on the number of carbons. Okay, if suppose that is also there, the alk, it depends on the number of carbon. Root word, okay, number of carbons. If one carbon is there, you have to write it as a meth. If the two carbon is, you have to write the eth, and 3 carbon you can write it as a prop, and if the 4 carbon, it is nothing but a but. Okay, like this is nothing but a alk. Simply we are writing alk. Okay, this is a root word that depends on the number of carbons in the parent chain, like this: 5 carbons pent, 6 carbon hex, 7 carbon hept. Okay, like this. Okay, right. So here for the alcohols, the root word is the alk, primary suffix is the ane, that means here it is a saturated, so that it is a ane, and secondary suffix for the alcohol, it is a ol, it is a ol. So IUPAC name should be ALKANOL. That means you have to remove this E. You have to remove this E while combining ALKANOL. మరి ఎప్పుడు రిమూవ్ చేయాలి, ఎప్పుడు ఉంచాలి అంటే వెరీ సింపుల్. మీరు ఇది గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి. ఈ సెకండరీ సఫిక్స్లో వచ్చే ఫస్ట్ లెటర్ ఏదైతే ఉందో, ఇఫ్ దట్ ఈస్ స్టార్ట్ విత్ ద AEIOU. AEIOU, you know that what is the AEIOU. Okay, so if that secondary suffix starts with the AEIOU, any one letter AEIOU, so you have to remove this E. If it is not start with the AEIOU, then you have to go with the, you have to keep this E as such. Okay, that I will explain, don't worry. So come to the alcohols with the one double bond. That means it is a unsaturated. So what is the root word? It cannot change, alk. And with the primary suffix, what is the primary suffix? It is a one double bond, so that it is a ene. And secondary suffix, obviously it is alcohol, so that it is ol, alkinol. Similarly, alcohols with the one triple bond. One triple bond means it is a alk. Primary suffix one triple bond, it is a ine. Okay, alk, ine, ol, alkinol. Okay, so now the aldehyde with the saturated. So alkane, saturated means without any double bonds. Alkane, for the aldehyde it is Al. Don't confuse. Alcohol OL, aldehyde is Al. So it is alkanal. For the ketones, saturated. Alkane on. What is the ketones? For the ketones it is ONE. So that is alkanone. And for the carboxylic acid, alk saturated ane oic acid, alkanoic acid. So next, acid chlorides for the saturated, alk, ane, chlorides. Acid chlorides, what is that? Acid halide, OL halide. So that means OL chloride. That means alkanoil chloride. So now come to the nitrile, alk, again it is a saturated, so alk, ane, nitrile. But while writing alkane nitrile, you have to see here the E you have to write, the E you have to write here. ఇక్కడ పైన మొత్తం ఈని తీసేసాం, అవునా కదా, ఈని అనేది మనం తీసేసాం, బట్ ఇక్కడ మాత్రం ఈ అనేది ఉంటుంది. ఎందుకు? బికాస్ దిస్ ఈస్ నాట్ స్టార్టింగ్ విత్ ద ఎనీ AEIOU, ఇట్ ఈస్ స్టార్టింగ్ విత్ ద అదర్ దాన్ ద AEIOU, సో దట్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు keep this in the name. Okay, right. And when we can take one example, that CH3 CHBr CH2 COOH. Okay, in this first you should find out the functional group. What is the functional group? The functional group is so in this example, look at here. Here it is a COOH. It is a functional group. and next you have to find out the parent chain, 1 2 3 4 carbons parent chain. Next you have to find out the branches. Okay, so that means here the secondary suffix, it is a functional group, it is a oic acid, and a primary suffix, is there any double bonds in this chain? No double bonds, so that it is A and E. And what is the root word? How many carbons are there? 1 2 3 4 carbons are there. For the few 4 carbons, what is the root word? The root word is the but. And what is the prefix? That is a branch. What is the branch? Here is the bromine is the branch, so that it is a bromo. At what position? At third position. So that 3 bromo but anoic acid. Okay, 3 bromo but anoic acid. Okay, so you have to practice. When you practice only, you will understand very easily. Next, one more example is there. Here in this example, look at here. How many carbons? What is the functional group here? The functional group is OH. The functional group is nothing but the secondary suffix. It is a OL. And next one, any double bonds are there? Yes, double bond is there in the parent chain. Okay, that means the primary suffix is E-N-E, and the double bond is at what position? At the second carbon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. సో నెంబరింగ్ అనేది ఇప్పుడు మీకు ఇంపార్టెన్స్ కాదు, నెంబరింగ్ నేను చెప్తాను ఎలా ఇవ్వాలనేది. ఓకే, సో ఫస్ట్ యూ షుడ్ నో దట్ you have to find out that whether the compound contains the secondary suffix or any double bonds in the parent chain or any branches in that. Okay, so first secondary suffix undi, functional group undi, next double bonds unnai, danto paatu branches kuda unnai annamata. Okay, so in the primary suffix there is a double bond, so that it is a E-N-E, and that double bond is at the second position. Next, root word parent prefix. So what is the root word? How many carbons are there? 1 2 3 4 5 in the parent chain, so that it is a pent, and one branch is there, one branch, and where it is? At the fourth position. Okay, that is a methyl. Okay, so you write the first branch name 4-methyl, and a root word is the pent, and a primary suffix is ene, but at what position? Second position, 2-ene, and secondary suffix is a OL, but at what position? First position, so that 2-ene 1-ol, 2-ene 1-ol. Okay, so like that you have to find out the branch, root word, primary suffix, as well as the secondary suffix. Okay.